Tonight we know what killed Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy. The couple and one of the dogs were found dead in their secluded New Mexico home back on February 26th last week. She died of a rare disease before heart disease took his life. Autopsies reveal Betsy Hackman died a week before the 95-year-old actor, who also had advanced Alzheimer's disease. The chief medical examiner in New Mexico determined the 65-year-old woman was killed by a rare disease called hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. It's linked to rodents and rodent droppings in urine, especially if minute particles are inhaled while cleaning them up. Her body was found in a bathroom. Gene Hackman's body was found in the home's mudroom. He may have been trying to leave the house. The medical examiner says Hackman died from congestive heart disease. His pacemaker recorded the last beat of his heart February 18th.
I think the timeline that we've been given as far as the pacemaker results and the history and evidence that we found as far as the timeline of Miss Arakawa, I think a lot of the questions have been answered.
The timeline indicates before his death, Hackman had been alone for days and had no food in his stomach. The Santa Fe County Sheriff's Department says the dog was found in a crate and may have died of starvation. The Hackmans were both declared dead today of natural causes, but you may be wondering tonight, what exactly is hantavirus? And do you need to be concerned? Ari Heitz here after talking tonight with an infectious disease specialist. And Ari, does she believe we should be worried here in South Florida?
Well, the answer is both yes and no. So let's start with this. In the last 20 years, there has not been a single recorded case of hantavirus in the state of Florida. It is found almost exclusively in the Southwest, places like Arizona and New Mexico. But the doctor I spoke to says it could be found here in Florida. Hantavirus is difficult to diagnose, and as we've seen, it can be deadly. It's a disease most people have never heard of. Hantavirus is extremely rare. According to Dr. Lisette Cardona, there might be 4 cases a year in the U.S.
It's something that you can inhale, but also you can acquire it through contact, touch contaminated material.
Dr. Cardona is the medical director of the infectious disease section of the Cleveland Clinic in Stewart. She says hantavirus comes from the feces, urine, or saliva of rodents, mice, or rats. Humans can get it when they're exposed to an area that is infested by rodents.
Especially when you're cleaning or touching or moving around areas where there may be a lot of rodent exposure of their material.
Dr. Cardona says hantavirus usually starts with symptoms like the flu, fever, nausea, maybe vomiting.
But it can progress to something severe because if you inhale it, it can give severe lung disease and difficulty breathing.
And hantavirus is extremely dangerous. Up to 40% of cases are fatal. That's why Dr. Cardona says you need to be careful if you're going into an area that could be infected.
Wise to wear a mask and protect yourself with gloves and protect your skin in those situations. Because there is actually no specific antiviral or medication to treat this disease once you get it.
So to be clear, when we're talking about exposure to rodents, that doesn't mean the occasional mouse or rat you might have running through your garage. This has to be a place where a lot of mice or rats have lived for a while, allowing their waste to pile up. Reporting live, Ari Heitz, WPBF 25 News.